Okay, it says I am live. Let's verify that really, really quickly. And survey says, oh, I don't see nothing yet. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, it says. All right, there we go. Well, dun 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 dun. I'm going to. Oh, sorry. Welcome, my fellow subscribers, my fellow viewers, and my fellow observers in passing. Welcome to the first annual State of the Channel address for the Randy Nexus. A beautiful Nexus, believe me. And it sounds like everything is coming in pretty good. As always, I'm going to be getting right into it as if this wasn't a live stream. Quite frankly, a lot of people like to watch my stuff after it's streamed. So we're going to hit the ground running immediately and beautifully. If you are joining the stream at any point and you missed the beginning, please feel free to go back to the beginning and watch at 1.5 speed or even 2 times speed. President Randy. Ladies and gentlemen, our first channel member, Connor. Thank you for being here, Connor. I appreciate you. I'm sweating. Okay, I'm going to drop the Trump for just a second. Just for a second. Just for a second. I am actually feeling really under the weather. I'm actually really under the weather. I wanted to do this on Monday. Actually, like I have like a fever. I have a fever coming in. But I'm a little, which is why I haven't made out content. But I really wanted to do this because I think it's been a week since I posted my thing with me and Drew and all that. Forgive. Oh, I'm gonna have to take this off. It's not even hot in here. But anyway, we're gonna get right into this, to the point, and maybe keep it a little bit brief. I will do Q&As and stuff at the very end. Quite frankly, a lot of Q's and a lot of A's. But that's why my voice sounds the way it does. I'm just, bleh. But since I was letting everything kind of ramp up, I'm just going to check. Presidents don't wear their glasses, but I need mine. His running mate for vice president is Drew. Quite frankly, Drew is going to be a great VP. I mean, I said, look at this guy. He's the best VP. He knows how to run a channel. Quite frankly, the best channels. Which is why I brought him on mine. I'd vote for that ticket. Hey, what's up? And then Micah, tuning in from the sales floor at work. What's up, buddy? Man, my channel members are here. You guys are freaking awesome. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Well, Micah, I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to get right into this because I do have notes up on my ever so lovely 11-inch iPad Pro 2024 edition. So I'm going to hit some notes and then we'll go from there. I do apologize in advance about my voice. It is kind of gone and scratched and all that, but what can you do? So let's get into it. They found their own political party in the Taylosive Nexus. Yo, that's actually a sick name, Connor. The Taylor. Join your ticket, vote for Taylosive Nexus. It's a beautiful ticket. It's a realistic ticket. I said, wow, so much. But I'm trying to have fun with this, but my energy isn't fully there. But, okay. So, guys, first and foremost, the recap. I've been on YouTube with this channel. Well, I've been on YouTube since forever. Literally, like, I think my original channel was created in 2006 or something like that. So, basically, since the birth of YouTube. But this channel, a year, and I launched this channel not knowing what I was going to do. I mean, I had an idea. I branded it and I had the marketing for it, Tech is art and we're all connected by it. I love all things tech and design and business focus and stuff like that. So, like, I had a general idea, but I didn't know how I was actually going to execute it, which is why when you watch the very first video, you see me adjusting as the videos progress. it's been more locked in and focused. So lesson there. The lesson there is you just want to do it. Just do it. Don't wait. Don't wait for the right moment. The right moment was yesterday. The next right moment is right now. So, you guys, like, definitely my chat right now. A lot of you guys have been with me since the beginning, and even since before this channel's creation. So this channel is the refinement of other failed attempts and of sorts, and even with the channel's creation, more videos coming out became a refinement of the failed attempts of the earlier videos I would try to do with this channel. Everything is constantly a refinement. If you don't look back at old things that you make, for example, and you don't go like, ugh, then maybe there hasn't been that much growth for the most part. Some people, I mean, talented artists, maybe, that stuff is timeless. Anyway, but the Randy Nexus, for the last year has been a journey, a fun journey. And I've been planning this channel for years before that. And to give you context on that, the way I describe it is when I made the Tesla experience, the last independent channel of mine, when I did that, the channel, that was an exercise of there was a purpose of what I was doing there. That was an exercise of transparency. I made the Tesla experience to be completely uncomfortably transparent, and that was an exercise. That was its purpose, and I took the lessons I learned from that and rolled it into here to a certain degree. When I really started leaning into my Randy Vasquez channel, before it became full music, that was an exercise of growth, of missing the mark on things and doing it. And that's what I brought here to this channel, to this thing. So everything that I did before, even with the Talos of podcast, my long form content, being able to hold an attention for about an hour or so to an hour and a half, telling a story, analyzing the market of tech in the moment and EV, and being able to articulate those thoughts better than a quick video. That's what the podcasts were for. So I take all those skills and I bring them together, boom. And now you got what I call the Randy Nexus. So that recap has been a lot of fun. Highlights about the channel, about my videos. The best performing video was about John Turnus. 10,000 views of streaming this. And that was a video I made on the spot. Whoopsie, and that was my best performing video. I didn't really plan that video out, but the lesson there was just up and go. That's the theme for today's stream, is just get up and do it. Just do it. So that was my best performing video. My iPad journey, when I was running the experiment almost a year ago of just doing nothing but an iPad and documenting that, that did phenomenal numbers as well. So people liked seeing the more vloggy, updated experience as I went. And I kind of structured those videos in a way that it was also telling a story. There was a cliffhanger at one of them. I was trying to do something you would do in a documentary, but then make that in live time. So that was fun to see that. And then controversy. I'd be crapping on Elon. I'd be saying that he's not doing a good job as a CEO, which is unfortunate because I have Teslas. I love my Tesla. I had Tesla stock. I got rid of the Tesla stock. And those videos did well because I made a contrarian stance and people didn't like it, but a lot of people watched it. So there you go. But if you saw the analytics of those videos, of my Elon videos, there was a lot of hate, but I don't really care. I don't care about stirring the pot. I won't do it to drive clicks if I really believe in it, but I'm not going to fake it. I'm not going to praise something that I don't actually like. And vice versa, I'm going to praise something that would be controversial, like the iPhone 16e. The iPhone 16e was my last big video that popped off because it was relevant in the moment, and it was, I still believe, a good budget iPhone if you were to buy new. So there you go. Give me a second. I can feel my voice going in and out. So, milestones. We're breezing through here. At the very end, I'll turn to the chat. So feel free, chat, to leave your stuff. I will read it. Milestones. I've documented every milestone that I did since the very beginning, since April 24th, 2024. So if you're watching on YouTube, let it focus. Boom, milestones. I document all that stuff. And the milestones that caught my attention is, one, I created the channel on the 24th of April, and then on April 15th this year, so 9 days before the official birthday, I became fully monetized, a YouTube partner, I met all the requirements, and the pressure went away at that point. I really felt like, woo! You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I didn't have to put on a show or anything. Not that I was faking the other stuff, but I was really more focused on making the videos over doing the podcast, making short form content, or doing other styles of video, because I just wanted to hit those metrics and be done with it. And now that I did, we'll talk about that more or less in a few moments. That's for the future now. But 9 days before the first birthday, I hit all my checkpoints, and I'm really proud of them. Other points of interest, on October 28th of 2024, the 28th, that was my first video to hit 10,000 views. That's the John Turnus video. I have other like weird, interesting notes, just things that are like, oh, that's pretty cool. On February 25th, that's when I got my 4 hours of watch time. And so then that was like the most important. Then you just like, I get those subscribers. But we did it, ladies and gentlemen. We went ahead and met our numbers for the year. And now we're going to be in the golden era, the golden age. Oh, that hurts. For the Randy Nexus. But good milestones. Okay, behind the scenes. Something my channel members would have seen with my TRN exclusive content I'd be putting out. The reason why my set changed and it looks like this is because what I'm just going to say, channel members will get first view of everything, as always. Excuse me. But I'm building a proper set. And that's what's going on behind the scenes. And I've gotten some parts. I was building out some parts. Some of the parts didn't work. So then I went back to the drawing board. I'm trying different strategies of things. But ultimately, I'm building a set. So if I was filming the old location from 2024, my desk would be facing this way, and you guys would be seeing the wall that's right here, that's now to my right. But when the set's ready, I'm going to kind of do a soft launch of sorts and show off the new design set, just to have more aesthetically pleasing elements in there, which I'll talk more about aesthetically pleasing in a moment. But channel members will get the first view when they're ready and when I have something to report. But that is not right now. We're not there yet. So that's what's going on behind the scenes. Also, behind the scenes, I am trying to stay on top of making content here, which will be secondary to having to take care of my son when he's home. So that's where I don't have a shortage of ideas that I want to make. I only have a shortage of time sometimes. But that's okay, because I'm doing this for the fun of it. I'm having fun doing this, and I want it to stay refreshing and fun. So I will be mixing up things all the time when I can, either aesthetically, topic-wise. Things will change just to break up the mundane of it. And that's what I want you to expect from me, that things won't always stay consistent, because we'll keep it fun and refreshing that way. Speaking of, the very first thing that I'm working on to keep it fun and refreshing is I'm trying to work on making better intro and outro cards. So we'll get there when we get there. I'm not there yet. I'm very picky about that stuff, but I'm working on it. Okay, on to the best part for the stream. How much time are we looking at? Are we doing good on time? Okay, about to hit 15 minutes. That's good. Um, where I want to take this channel, where I want to go in 2025 and beyond, but at least for 2025, for the rest of the year. Maybe following state of the channel addresses will happen at the beginning of the year, and that's on the birthday. But I wanted to do the 1 year cap this time. So, where I want to take this channel is I want to do more show, not tell. Like when I buy the iPad, or when I was talking about my Tesla, or when I was demoing this phone before I ended up like locking in with this particular iPhone 16. That won't always be the case, given maybe software or given like breaking news or something. I will tell and just do analysis stuff, but whenever I can show and not tell, that's what I'm going to do. That's my focus for 2025. For example, I went the other day, we had Closure Rings Day or something, and I got me a little thing at Apple. And wait, are you going to focus, Sony? No, you don't want to focus. There you go. So I got that. I want to use all my collectible items like these pins and maybe mount them. And I'll be on the final set when it's finished. So again, some elements I want to show, not tell, even with the design set, show, not tell, which is just a fancy way of saying show and then explain. Okay. I want to do more in-depth analysis on tech companies because my John Turnus video is my best performing video. And that was just me doing an analysis of the corporate structure, of its leadership. I did not expect that video to do well. I didn't think for a moment, oh, this video is going to pop. And to its credit, it was a slow burn. It popped. It got to a couple thousand first, then it stayed, and then John Turnus became relevant in the news, and then the algorithm picked it up later on last year. That was back in October, and shot it up to 10,000 views, which is, phenomenal for a channel of my size. But I like covering analysis of stuff like that. I like doing deep dives on companies. I don't want to just talk about the iPhone because we only get one iPhone a year. We only have iPhone season for that week, and then we'll cover it and talk notes about it for a month. That's not sustainable for a channel, not for me, not how I want to present things. And I like talking about that stuff. I like talking about Dub, and we will talk about Dub next month. When there's stuff to cover, I will cover it. But when there's no items or products to cover, or services or whatever, or news, more importantly, just overall news, I will do deep dive analysis on companies, like I did with OpenAI and Apple, like I did with Siri, like I did with John Turnus. A lot of those videos, when I reflect on that time of making those types of videos, that was a lot of fun. I was just having fun, and I can do stuff like that all day. So I would like to do more of that. I will be covering the state of the economy and how it plays out this year. Those aren't my best performing videos, but I'm not going to pretend that doesn't affect this sector that I like to cover, which is, tech, which is why I talk about the market from time to time, because it is important and it's going to affect us directly as consumers, as fans of a product, and just overall interest in a market or in a sector. What happens in our economy, not to be on a political side, but just how things are playing out, that affects it, like the tariffs. So I'm going to be covering more of that as it plays out. I haven't covered it because there's no effective news as of yet, but when there is, I will. And I plan on doing that more. I also plan on doing more Tech is Art podcasts now. I took a break on doing the longer form unedited podcast because I was trying to just hit those marks for Google for the partner program. Now that I got them, I want to do more Tech is Art podcasts. I want to do longer form analysis, especially while the Tailosive podcasts are on hiatus. That's just the reality of where we're at. We have conflicting schedules. We have conflicting times. We have conflicting, I wouldn't say interests, but just priority. Our priorities are different, mine included. This is not just Drew's fault or whatever. I got a DM. Someone's like, oh, is it Drew because he's working all these? No, it's not one person. I got stuff going on. Even if Drew said, "Hey, I'm ready to do it right now," I'm not ready to do it right now. Same with Mike, right? So it's easier for me to do stuff like this than to block out many hours to make a podcast. So where that leaves me is I can do more Tech is Art podcasts, and maybe I'll do guests too. Channel members, if you guys want to be some special guests at some point, that'd be fun, right? Or maybe do like exclusive stuff. There's things we can do with the longer form content for the podcast. So I will be doing more Tech is Art podcasts this year. And then lastly, of where I want to go for in 2025, I'm going to experiment with different short form content while also focusing on growing my Instagram. So I'm not a short form content guy, but it has its place. Sometimes I only have a couple minutes or whatever, and I will rather look at Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. On YouTube Shorts, for transparency purposes, YouTube Shorts, I'll be watching Breaking Bad stuff, Star Wars stuff, very, very few Apple-related stuff. I like watching deeper dives on tech, but just like pop culture, films, music, whatever. I like looking at short-form content just to get a quick fix. And I think there's a place to do that here, and I will do that, but I want to experiment. So before, what I used to do with the short form content is I would take the video of that day and then I would concise it to about a minute and put that out. That still works. That's fine. My best performing shorts on YouTube are because of that, and my Instagram Reels, but I'd rather make dedicated YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels. But I am going to be focusing on growing my Instagram account a little bit more, just to have a different outlet, because I like using Instagram. It's a fun place. It's a good visual. It's a good place to show, not tell. See? Theme. Bringing it back together. So I will be experimenting with different short form content. And some stuff is going to fail. And that's okay, because now I don't got to meet a metrics. I don't care if things fail anymore. Now I get to have 100% unadulterated fun. And some things are going to do well. Things I won't even expect, I'm sure. Like the John Turnus video. So there's that. Lastly, before Q&A and talking with all you beautiful people, how I'll manage my time with this channel. Where there's a moment to sit down and allocate time to produce, I'm going to do that. The Randy Nexus, hear it now, quote this right now. Or hear me now, quote me later. The Randy Nexus is my number one priority. I will be focusing on all things Randy Nexus for 2025. I will be doing other things at the same time, but last year, while growing this channel, I was really focused on making my debut solo album. I did it. I was really focused on, I was doing other projects. I was working for other people or working with other people musically, and that was fun. That was fine, while also working on this and also being a parent. In 2025, the top of the ticket priority is just throwing new ideas at this platform, this channel, whether it's here on YouTube or on Instagram. You will find a lot of weird things soon on Instagram. So follow the Randy Nexus on Instagram. I really hope that's a link I have in my description. I'll take a look, but either way, it's the Randy Nexus. So we will be able to try out the stuff, but how I manage my time with it, sometimes shorts is because it's the quickest way to do it. Making a short is a lot faster than sitting here. I'm doing a live stream, so when this is done, I don't have to edit nothing. So this is awesome. But making dedicated videos are difficult sometimes, especially as, a parent. I will not apologize ever for prioritizing my family, having to take care of my child, obviously. And I know you guys understand that. I know you guys get it. So no one's ever given me crap for where you've been. Where have you been? I don't get the crap, which is great because you guys understand. I'm here because I want to, because I'm having fun. I don't need this channel. I don't need the money from this channel. I'm doing great. I'm here because I want to make the content. And I like making the connection with you guys. That's the Nexus part, a connecting link. And I like seeing the reoccurring names and all that. Like, I like building that community. So I'm here strictly because I want to. There's no necessity of having to do anything. I had to play the game to get the 4,000 hours and 100,000 subscribers. Excuse me, but everything that I put out, I stand behind because I want to be here. So when it's worth my time to invest that time to put that stuff out there, I will do it, and I will make sure in every capacity of how I do that, I will not be wasting your time. That's the promise. That's the commitment I can make. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna check the chat now. Last thing I have on my note is Q&A, so we can just talk and just have conversations. I want to keep this relatively short because I am dying over here. But it's a great, great day for the Randy Nexus, for my viewers, for my subscribers. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful 2025 to make all things tech, art, and finance related. All right. So with that, I will see you guys next year for a better State of the Union. State of the Channel. And it'll be fun to compare this State of the Channel address to next year's. All right. Now, where is my chat? Okay. I took your why wait and just start advice and started a podcast with my friends. Micah, that's a beautiful thing to hear. Thank you for sharing that. That's good. I'm really happy that you did that. There's no point to ever wait on anything. Don't wait on creating something. Don't wait to take a risk in your life for anything. Got maybe a potential romantic love interest. Screw it. Risk it. Don't live in what if. That's the theme. That's the theme. For content, for relationships, for for my marriage, for everything. I do it too. Don't live in what if. What if is a terrible purgatory that you can spiral out of. Hello there. That's a nice looking iPad you got there. Thank you. I'd love to be a special guest someday. All right, Micah. When the time comes, when the time comes, we will, I will send something out to the private channel community post thread thing. Okay. Also, I'd love to hear your take on the Nintendo Switch 2 and the $80 Mario Kart World. Somebody actually, okay, Nintendo, let's talk about games. Nintendo. I play my Nintendo Switch all the time. All the time. I play with my brother online and we play Smash. All the time. It's my distraction. It's my decompressant. It's also where I go to rage because I get worked sometimes online. My wife, on the other hand, and friends of the family and sorts love things like Mario Party, Mario Kart, and stuff like that. And everybody is asking me, what are your thoughts on the Switch 2? And I don't know, if I'm being honest here, I don't know if I have enough information to make an informed opinion about it. What I do know is I never buy a console, any console, immediately. I don't do that. I barely do with iPhones, but iPhones have a 1-year shelf life before you get the new one. Consoles, in that particular gen, they last a while. And we're just shy of 10 years with the Nintendo Switch. What, 7, 8 years we've had the Switch? I bought my Switch March of 2020, right before COVID. And then all the Switches were sold out for basically the rest of the year because everybody was trying to get it. So I've had a Switch for 5 years. Not the whole time. But during that 5 years, I played all the games because I can relatively avoid spoilers and things like. There's not really things to spoil on Nintendo games. So when I bought my Switch, I played Breath of the Wild all the way through. I got Smash and got all the DLCs and did all that. I plan on getting Mario Kart and Mario Party because those are games like my wife likes to play. But to go back with the initial $80 question, I do not. $80? And there's like no way I can actually get it at a cheaper price. It's a proprietary game. It's too hot. I gotta take this off. Oh, sorry. Sweater, jacket, coat thing is coming off. So there you go. Look at that. I put the same outfit suit back on, and that's because I initially wanted to do the stream. Um, the thumbnail for this stream was made last week, so I wanted to keep the continuity. $80 for a game. God, I can't justify 80 right now. I can only hope Nintendo will put the games on sale or something. Because if you just buy the digital copy, like that has nothing to do with the tariffs. That's just Nintendo upping the price. And now that they're the first ones to do it, now we know Sony's gonna do it. Microsoft's gonna do it. Dang it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, Randy. 3 weeks away from tomorrow is my wedding. I've been thinking about your advice. Thanks, man. I immediately got nervous. Not for a wedding, but like, ooh. Congratulations. 3 weeks is gonna go by like that. And then if and when you believe, if you feel like you're ready for children, the life before children is gonna go by like that too. Can you refresh my memory? What was exactly the advice? I'm just curious. How in depth was my advice? I've been married for a long time. Been with my wife when we were dating even longer. 11, 12 years? 12 years this year. Whoa, 12 years. 12 years next month. So that's a long time. We grew up together. Microsoft did it yesterday. That right there. That right there. Why I'm not. I am so glad they opened up Halo for everything else, and it's not just have to be on Xbox now, because I have no reason to play an Xbox. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so that's literally my point. And now Sony's gonna do it. That's gonna break my heart, because I love PlayStation. I love playing The Last of Us. I love I love Lamp. I don't know why. And Nintendo Switch, I'm sorry, like the quality of the games aren't worth $80. There, I said it. Okay. I think Xbox did 100 plus because of the tariffs. This is why I'm going to talk about tariffs. You guys are giving me video ideas right now that I want to talk about gaming. I didn't know you guys were interested in games. I play games enough. Like I said, I play Switch every week, multiple times a week, when I jump online with my bro to play Smash, bro. But I didn't know you guys were actually all that in the know about gaming. Maybe I will talk about games, because like, yeah, like even mobile games. You guys are giving me ideas. Okay. Bet. Make sure you're ready and have a conversation about children beforehand. Yeah. Make sure you're on the same page about major life decisions. You got to make sure. I don't know. Let me think about this for a second. I don't know if like politics or religion, I don't know if that stuff is worth having deep conversations, that we have to be 100% on the same page. I think it's better if you're on the same page religiously or lack of. I don't care. I really don't care if it's in my house. I don't care. But I think it's better if you're on the same page politically. But it doesn't matter. I don't think that makes and breaks people. For me, it doesn't make or break friendships or relationships or I don't care about people's opinions politically or religiously. That's fine. But some people would say those conversations are important to have, that you can't have a marriage with somebody who agrees differently than you religiously or spiritually, maybe is the better term. Politically, your beliefs in the society, stuff like that. I don't know if that's actually true. But that's because I don't care. So that's me talking. My wife, she cares in different ways, but that doesn't hurt. The conversations that you got to have in a marriage, the conversations you got to have in a relationship leading up to a marriage is that of like, you know, end game. Children, where do you see yourself in where do you see yourself in 20 years? Where do you want this family to be? Where do you what are your expectations of me? Here's my expectations of you, and not that like I have to hold you to them, but like here's what I would like to see and why. And if it, I mean, it doesn't have to be like controversial things. It'd be things like that make sense. Like I hope you're, if you're in school, I hope you have your degree and you have a nice job by then. I hope we're debt free. Money is the biggest argument in marriages. Trust me, I know. Money and children. Those are the conversations you got to make sure you're on the same page for. And that's going to be great. You're going to do great, man. 3 weeks is going to go by like that. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I don't remember life being non-married. And I don't want to. Because I was happy. I was happy that time. In the United States, the entry-level Xbox Series S will jump from $300 to $380. A 27% increase. The Premium Series X, that's the one I have, by the way. I have the Series X. Galaxy Black model, I don't know my God, will retail for $730, up from $600 previously. Assuming those numbers are accurate, that blows. God, can you imagine what the iPhones and the Macs and the things will be, man? I'm gonna just buy everything used now. Even games. Back in the day, man. Back in the day, I used to go to was it GameStop? No. What was it? It wasn't Blockbuster. There was a gaming place I would go to back home, and I would buy used games, slightly used, and I bought them at a very great discount, and the games were fine. I do not remember. Hollywood Video. I had a Hollywood Video, and that's where I used to buy my used games. Blockbuster too, but mostly the Hollywood Video was by my house. And so I used to buy that. Then GameStop, I think, did used games. I don't know if they still do that, but then in the late 2000s, early 2010s, I bought used games through GameStop. That's where I got Red Dead. That's where I got Last of Us. That's where I got GTA, Halo ODST, I think, is what I bought used. Anyway, so yeah, okay. Maybe I just go on Facebook Marketplace or something, right? Woohoo! Finally able to catch it live. What up? Made it live. I did the recap and I did the state of the address at the very beginning, the first 20 minutes or something. So, I'd recommend if you really care, you can rewind now or you can watch it later or don't at all. It doesn't really matter. I'm glad you're here though. Welcome. And plus 10 for games. Okay, so the pricing of the games are going up. Outstanding. Well, oh geez, right as I was about to say something, an old friend, my old apprentice. Henceforth, the Jordan Complex will enter the chat. And we shall see what he has to say. Back in my day, we used to do push hoops. We used to push hoops. There we go. We used to push hoops with a stick for fun. Back in my day, we used to push hoops with a stick for fun. I said for gun. Well, back in my day, when I joined the Corps, we didn't have these fancy dancy tanks. We had sticks. 2 sticks and a rock for the platoon, and we had to share the rock. Buckle up, Marine. You're one very lucky Marine. I think that's how the quote went. Micah says, what do you think about Nintendo doing variable pricing, meaning they determine the price because of what they think the game is worth? That means they think Mario Kart would be worth more than the Donkey Kong? Wait. Is this true? Like, are they saying it's worth more than DK? Or are they saying, like, is that an example? Variable pricing. Well, I like variable pricing if it goes down. You know what I mean? Like, if I can get Mario Kart for cheaper, hey, sales aren't looking good this week. Well, let's drop the price for the digital download. I don't know if I would hate variable pricing. I don't like variable interest rates. But games. I don't want. Look, at the end of the day, Micah, everybody, I don't want to pay $80 for a game, because I don't. I'm not a gamer like that anymore. I will game. Jordan, you sent everybody. You, Meech, everybody, Chase, everybody. Jordan, everybody, send me the damn Mike Tyson, reel with Smash. It's because I'm crying because I'm the best. I'm a monster and I'm not that anymore. Anyone wants to challenge me at Smash? Drop your suicide handle now. Oh, I'm monetized now. I don't know if I can say the S word. It's a death mission. If you want to fight me in Smash, I welcome it. By the way, Jordan, check the reels I sent you, you dick. You send me shit. I don't send you nothing. You don't check nothing. Screw you. X Station and play boxes. We used to play marbles and jacks. Throw nickels at the homeless. Lick stamps. Good old American fun. Jordan, are you a millennial? I don't remember. Are you millennial? Are you Gen Z? I don't remember. The back in my day boy over here. Hey, cause I'm gonna get this guy. Do you think to offset tariffs and avoid bad rep from raising prices, will Apple just offer iPhone of 1 terabyte Pros models and the half terabyte normal Air, no more 250 or 2, or I see what you're saying. Okay, so the 256 and the 128 models, high margins iPhone. I like that. I like that a lot. I think, to be honest with you, I think it's baloney. Let me give the context to offset that. According to Trump, Apple's not going to get affected by the tariffs. That's what Tim Cook's $1 million will do for a donation. I need to check my storage. I don't know if it's worth having. Oh, 94. Dude, why did I think you were 97? Emilio's 97. Yeah, you're a millennial. I don't know if it's worth having a high storage config, to be honest with you, because I'm checking my storage right now. I have 128 and I use 89 gigs. So, and most of it is like applications that I'm going to offload anyway. I don't ever hit the 128 ever. My iPad's 256. But let's see that through about the offsetting for the higher tier pricing. I would do that because I feel like any new Pro iPhone going forward should have a higher spec tier just at the entry level, because you can film in log or lossless, which is log. Jordan, you're here. Jordan, you have the 15 Pro or is it 16 Pro? It doesn't matter. Do you shoot? Because Jordan here, the Jordan Complex here, he's a photographer, not professionally, but he should be. He takes photos and he's really good. He has good compositional. He just has good composition with his shots. Jordan's really good making that type of stuff. But Jordan, do you film in log with your phone? Do you shoot raw photos? ProRes? No, raw. Yeah. Do you film in raw? You shoot in raw? Do you take photos in raw? ProRes? Is any of that like a thing for you? Because I'm thinking, I'm gonna tell you guys. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Since you guys are here, we're just kind of talking right now. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a Pro iPhone this year. I wanted to get it last year. I was kind of let down by the Apple Intelligence, and so hindsight, I probably should have got the 15 Pro used. I'm okay with buying used. I don't care like that. I'm not bougie like that. So I want to get a Pro phone. I care more about having higher specs. And it's kind of weird because this would be the year to get a regular phone because it's going to be ProMotion. It's going to have the 120 hertz refresh rate. But I think I sense a change. I sense a change for me. Using a regular base iPhone, I don't know if it cuts it anymore. I think it's the battery. If I'm being honest, I posted earlier today on the channel in my little post community, whatever, and also on Twitter. I posted my battery health is still at 100%. But one thing I noticed that everyone's sharing their screenshots with me on Twitter, and what they're saying in the comments is that their cycle counts are fewer than mine. I'm 220 or something like that with my cycle counts right now as of today, and other people are posting like 128 cycle counts of the battery. That's the benefit of having a bigger battery, is you have less cycle counts, and that means 100%. The deterioration, the degradation of the battery, it doesn't happen so quick. And I think I'm really starting to care a lot more about battery than I used to, because I'll do things on the 16 that are just like, this is fun, whatever, and it heats up the battery. I don't care. I've offset an update on the iPad situation. I've moved all my things that I would do on here. Every thumbnail, every edited photo, every screenshot that has the rounded corner, everything is done on the iPad. Everything. Notes, all of it. The only thing that I do on my phone is maybe quick text response in YouTube Studio or on social media. But even then, like, I'm getting rid of Twitter on my phone, and I'm going to have it on the iPad for now. Maybe I'll get rid of the iPad and I just do it on the computer. I don't know. Where I'm getting at is I'm caring more about battery life. I'm doing less with my phone, but there's something to be said about having the better screen real estate to work off of. I'm not saying get the Pro Max, but maybe I am. These things are getting thinner, smaller, but not too bulky, and they're lighter, right? When I had the 13 Pro Max, that thing was so heavy, it turned me off on big phones forever. So I'm thinking about getting a Pro phone this year. And if I don't like what I see when I run the tests in September, I'll either get a 15 Pro used or a 16 Pro used, or maybe I'll find it like as we're trying to move inventory off of Best Buy or something. That's a hack for you guys. You don't have to buy everything through Apple. Go through your carrier. Go to Best Buy. Go to Walmart. They'll do sales. Amazon. Good God, Amazon has amazing sales. So if you're just trying to get old tech, last year's tech, which is still, has so much headroom to work off of, do it like that. All right, chat. Hang on. Are you still thinking about getting the R2 when it comes out? Brother. I mean, the dream one would be R3, R3X, but yes. I'm saving up little by little every month. I'm saving up $500 here, $1,000 there, something. I'm saving little by little. And I won't get the R2 when it comes out new. I will never buy another new vehicle ever again. The depreciation is ridiculous. Randy, who bought the Model 3 in 2019, was a different Randy. He was an immature Randy. I wasn't married yet. There wasn't COVID yet. Randy today, the parent, the one who likes to set the example, let somebody else take that hit for appreciation. I would get an R2. I would get any Rivian. I'd get any EV, period. After what, 3, 5 years? I've had mine for over 6, 7? 6 years. I've had my cars almost 6 years to the date. I don't notice a difference. Somebody else could have taken that hit. Now, what I paid $65,000, I don't remember, $64,000, whatever I paid. That's the whole transparency thing I did with the Tesla experience. I was transparent then, so I don't have to remember now. Whatever I paid for Tesla in 2019, it's like $23,000 now for that same model. And I would pay under 30 grand for any cool EV that has that spec. So I would get an R2, Micah, but I would do it. I'd get any EV used, and I won't pay a penny over 30 grand, mainly because taxes, registration. You guys know. Come on, you guys know this stuff. That shit sucks. It just sucks. So, I don't want to take a hit on that appreciation, and I'm gonna pay cash. I'll maybe sell whatever I do, whether it's the R2 or anything. I will sell the Model 3, and whatever I have saved up, I will pay cash. Pay cash for your cars. It's not worth going in debt for. A house, a little bit different, builds equity. It builds your portfolio. A vehicle is a depreciating asset. It's a liability. So I hope that answers your question. Both, Jordan, both. He said both to the lossless. Yes. Okay. No, not really. It just takes up too much space. Maybe if I was putting out more high-end content, I would think about it. I have 2 kids though, so I'm a fan of Raw. Yeah. I listen, Drew's doing great. He's been over a year, almost 2 years, I think. Over 2 years? How long has Drew been doing his iPhone only for video content? He's doing great. EV has never been better. His channel's great. High end content, man. And he does just point and shoot. Jordan here, guys, believe me, he actually he takes good photos. He's actually really good at it. So, all right, that's enough. Fuck you, Jordan. Look at my reels. Respond back to me. I almost got swayed by the slim one, but upgraded zoom and a pro on a pro sounds very tempting as well, right? A 48 megapixel telephoto. If you guys follow me on Instagram, like my personal account or whatever, you see that the post a lot of nature stuff, my mount things that I can actually zoom in on, keep it somewhat of a distance. It's kind of fun. I forget what it's called. But when you take a photo, especially with telephoto, anything with a longer lens, I forget what it's called, but it's a type of compression. So it makes the things in the background really big, and the subject maybe that you have up front match it, so it's not offsetting. That's what I'm saying. Does that make sense? Like when you punch in on something, oh man, I almost had it. Optical compression? No, I forget. But basically, when you think of those scenic, nature shots where you got a towering Mount Rainier in Washington, and you got the Space Needle in Seattle, and they look like it's just right there, but they're really not. I think they're 50 or 100 miles. No, I don't think it's 100, but it's 50 miles away or something like that. No, whatever it is. My point being is that it looks like it's really punched up and it's really big and all that. It's a type of compression. You could do that when you have a telephoto lens or a periscope lens. Here in Colorado, there's this guy who takes a photo of my mountain, Pikes Peak, from Denver, or he's north of Denver, but they get the Denver skyline with Pikes Peak in the background. And people's like, that's a photoshopped image because Denver's not here, and Pikes Peak, but that's not necessarily true. He was so far and he had a big enough zoom of his lens, he can do that. I just like the idea of getting creative with photo shots and stuff like that. So yeah, the whole idea of having the upgraded zoom on a pro, I use the optical punch-in 2x zoom all the time, and I find myself wishing I had more to zoom with. 3x, 5x, I don't give a shit. I just want to have more to work with. Okay. I currently have a 15 Pro, and it's 96% battery health. That's really good. Good on you. 96, that's good. I'm still using a normal 13, and I'm close to getting a used 15 Pro. Do it! If you're thinking about it, pull the trigger. That's a great upgrade. That'll be amazing, and it's gonna be cheap or cheaper. I think that's a great. If I still had my 13 mini right now and I needed to upgrade, I'm not shitting you. I would get a 15 Pro, regular 15 Pro, as is now. If I was you, do it. For the right deal. Shop around, find the right price. 15 Pro right now, before tariffs and whatever. Who knows what's going to happen with the tariffs, right? 15 Pro Max, 84% battery health, 530 cycle count. Well, that's your main computer right there, though, so that's a lot. But that's really not a lot. Mine is 220 something, and I've had it for less than a year. I'm catching up to you, Jordan. What was it? What was my cycle count, guys? I don't remember. Let me see. It is 228 as of today. 228. Also, what are your thoughts on iPad OS getting Mac OS like upgrade for productivity and multitasking? Oh, yes! Woo! This is what we've been waiting for, baby! Woo! Yeah! I am so glad I bought the iPad when I did. I don't need an M5 or whatever comes out later. M4 is more than enough. I had the A18X, X, whatever the 2018 model was. Everything feels like an upgrade. When I had the M1 iPad Pro last year, that was an amazing upgrade. The thoughts of getting all that productivity multitasking ported over, hell yeah, dude. Banana bread, bro. 15 Pro Max with 84%, 597. Ooh, Jordan's got some competition. Good job, Micah. You guys got the bigger battery too, the bigger battery cells and stuff like that. But 84%, you guys are both sitting at 84%. What is it? Refresh my memory. Is it below 80 that you can just swap out the battery for like $30 or something, right? Right? No, saying both to having an iPhone 15 Pro and 16 Pro, personal and work. Oh! Oh. Oh. Well, you get a 16 Pro for work? Hold on, that's kind of cool. Nice. Nice. Oh, we're about to hit an hour. Oh, man, I stopped doing the state of the channel like at under 30 minutes. We'll wrap it up here. I'll take closing thoughts. I'll give closing thoughts to the chat. Everybody, tell me what you're thinking. I'm going to keep the chat public, or not public. I'm going to keep the stream public. People are going to come back. You know, right now it says I got 29 views on the stream, even though 11 people are currently here. I typically get, I don't know, 100 or something from, now I got 30 views. Look at that. In lifetime, it's updating. So I typically get 100 views, and I don't get 100 people in my stream. So most people come back afterwards to check it out. So I really wanted to knock all that stuff out. If you guys missed my updates and what's going to happen in 2025 and all that, you can watch it later or don't. I'm glad. I'm happy you guys are here. So I don't really care. Are you this is great. We'll end on this one. Are you an Apple Music or Spotify enjoyer? I am on Apple Music. I'm on Apple Music because I'm on a family plan with my wife's extended family. They have a family plan for Apple Music, and they put us on it. So that was awesome. I don't pay for Apple Music. If I had to pay, I don't know which one. I might do Spotify. I might just do YouTube Music. It's gotten really good, to be honest. I'm being, as an audiophile, I can hear the difference more on YouTube Music than it used to be. I think it's still ranked third out of Apple and Spotify, but YouTube Music has gotten really good. And since I already have YouTube Premium that I also don't pay for, I would take the path of less money out of my pocket if I can avoid it. Because I'm going to have to upgrade my iCloud really soon. I'll tell you that. My next video, not my next, but in about a week, I will be upgrading my iCloud for the first time since iCloud Plus or iCloud in general came out. And so I will do a video on that to explain all that, but I try really hard to avoid subscription fees. I don't like paying them, obviously. Everything's getting more expensive. I mean, God, $80 for a video game for 1080p Switch games. No, thank you. So if I have to pay, I will try not to. But let's assume I have no choice in the matter and I have to pay. I'm used to YouTube. I'm sorry, not YouTube. I'm used to Apple Music. But I really like the playlists more on Spotify. So I don't know. Until I have to make that decision, I'm just gonna stick with what was offered to me from the family. Love that I got to catch a stream. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Micah. And my channel members, thank you, bro. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your support. All you guys, even the non-channel man, I just appreciate that we get to do this and have fun and stuff like that. This is all about having fun. We can't take this shit too seriously. Which is why I'm going to come out here and say with my losing voice that the Talos of Nexus merger will be a beautiful merger, the best merger. No tariffs. Can you imagine, hypothetically, Drew and I merge our networks of sorts, and now memberships will go up because of the tariffs. Beautiful tariffs. Lovely things, those tariffs. And the zombie Pikmin. Okay. I'm glad I got to catch one too. I want to enjoy more streams. I'm always experimenting with where I can do a stream. I've never done one this early in the day, so I like that I can enjoy this with you guys. Speaking of sad, I couldn't get a Switch 2 pre-order in. Oh yeah, we talked about that earlier. I'm gonna end with this, and we're gonna go. I'm ending with this for the Switch. I'm not trying to pre-order a Switch 2, nor am I trying to get it right now. Because maybe I have a feeling, maybe foolishly I have a feeling, these prices aren't going to stick. From Microsoft, Nintendo, I'm waiting for the dreaded Sony coming out with the... I'm hoping any price increases will recalibrate. And when it does, I'll be the first one to buy. So there's that. If Tailosive is just a combo of tail and explosive, does that make it a fart? Somebody asked Drew. I'm going to say yes. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. I'm going to go rest my voice. I'm going to go lay down. I'm going to get out of my monkey suit here. I only put this on for you guys for continuity. But I'll talk to you all later. Thank you for being here. Here's to 2025. Here's to year 2 of the channel and all the cool shit we're about to do. So I'll see you guys later. And I hope you enjoy me on this journey. And people I lost along the way, that's okay too. Thank you for being part of the journey. All right. I'll see you on the next one. And because Jordan's here, I'm going to do the old catchphrase. It's been real. It's been fun. But with losing my voice, I can't say it's been real fun. I'll see you guys later. If you know, you know. Okay, bye.